How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins, my darling's embrace. I'm probably going to be very out of breath for this recording session, so I apologize. I just got back from a run, and I'm just really tired. But the grind must continue. I don't remember what happened in the last episode, except more misunderstandings, and I think a little bit of those misunderstandings are getting a little bit more straightened out. And basically, the big one is that Suzuha is not a member of the organization, but just a normal gal from the future. And I think the proof that she's going to show us here is her time machine. How much stamina is this girl packing? We've been running since we left the lab, but she's not even a little bit out of breath. Daru would already be dead if he was in my position. Suzuha finally stops running and lets go of my hand. Any ordinary man would probably be delighted to hear those words, but I'm not so easily won over. To be honest, I'm too tired to care. Excuse me, I am trying to rehydrate myself because, like I said, I am out of breath. This is the front of Akihabara Station. What kind of proof could she possibly have here? Suzuha points her finger straight ahead. She's pointing at... well, at least I called it. And interesting, there's nothing up there. Or at least nothing that we could see. Not only did I not get my break, but I'm being forced to climb stairs. Apparently, I've still got a ways to go. But up ahead is... now that's why we didn't see it. She actually landed that shit. Now I've seen this view before. That's right. It was the day I first met Kirisu. I saw the same thing right here. Kirisu would then be stabbed shortly after. Or at least that's what I thought. As luck would have it, she was still alive and kicking. In that world line, this strange artificial satellite had smashed into the side of the building. But this is odd. My D-mail should have erased it from existence. And yet here it is. Why is Suzuha showing this to me? I guess the answer is obvious. She wants to use it to prove that she's from the future. And if that's the case... it is kind of neat that we are connecting to the main story a little bit here, because a lot of this really hasn't. It's kind of gone onto their own tangents of sorts. But this, I guess in a way, really does need to connect to the main story. Did she just call me uncle? She said she's from the year 2036. And that's about 26 years from now. If she came from that far into the future, she's calling me uncle, and she's calling me uncle, then she... haha. Hashida Suzuha. Hashida. Where have I heard that before? Hashida.
お前まさか誰の？
そう、私の父さんは橋田至。オカリンおじさんの右腕の橋田至だよ。とまあ、私の話はこんな感じ。どう？信じてくれた？
I was wondering what that was about. I was like, why did we look at the sky for like a good couple seconds? I guess she's giving us the story here. After listening to Suzuha's explanation, I could barely make weird noises, never mind nod my head.
つまり2036年にはタイムマシンが開発されてはいるのだが、知られているのはごく一部の間にだけというわけなのだな。
そういうこと。
しかしなぜそのごくわずかな人間にしか知られていないタイムマシンをお前が使えるのだ？
それはまあコネとかいろいろあるんだよ。いろいろ。
What baloney. No matter how many connections she has, nobody would let a young woman like her use a time machine.
ごめんね。本当は詳しいことをいろいろと話したいんだけど、話しちゃうとまずいことになるんだよね。
そりゃそうだろうな。仮にお前の言うことが本当なら、今の時点で十分にまずいことになってると思うぞ。
だよね。
She agrees, but she wears a thoughtless smile on her face. It's not even clear if she realizes what she's done or not.
それでこのタイムマシンを詳しく見せてもらうわけにはいかんのか？
それもごめん。私たちの時代の技術を過去に持ってくのは禁止されてるんだ。
Okay, that makes plenty of sense. Though I suppose what I think doesn't really matter. I take a moment to go over Suzuha's story. These are a few key points of interest. Suzuha comes from the year 2036. Her father is Hashida Itaru, aka Daru. She's currently a member of some organization and has their permission to use said time machine. She came here to obtain a relic of this era. Apparently it's something that can't be obtained 26 years from now.
この時代にしかない遺産とは何だ？
例えば5インチフロッピーとか MO とかそういうものを未来で動かせるマシンってほとんど残ってないんだよね。でも中には重要なデータが残ってたりもするわけで、そういうものを過去に戻って採集してくるのが私たちの役目なんだ。
Magneto, optical, and 5-inch floppy disks. Those forms of physical media are already considered relics in this time period. And they're not the only ones. Things like VCRs, cassette tapes, and digital audio tapes aren't going to be around much longer either. God damn, dude, I miss that shit. There's like, you know what? I didn't even think about this until I started reading that. Cassette tapes, and just tapes in general, they have like a smell to them. Like, especially cassette tapes, but there's like a smell to them. Is there? Please tell me I'm not, you know, just completely dumbfounded in every way possible. But I miss that shit. I just miss everything about them. Like, obviously, they're an inferior type of media nowadays, but there was just some sort of, like, sparkle to them, you know? I guess if you wanted to analyze that kind of media, it'd probably be easier to just come to the past and get what you need, rather than try and find stuff that still works in the future.
まあ、もちろんそれだけじゃないんだけどね。他はいろいろ禁則事項だから勘弁してもらうとして。どう？分かってくれた？
まあ疑問はいろいろと残っているが、100歩譲ってそこは納得したことにしよう。問題はだ、なぜその未来から来たお前がわざわざブラウン管工房なんぞという妙なところでバイトを始めて、さらには俺たちと接触することになったのかということだ。
ああ、それには深いわけがあるんだな。
深いわけ？
Considering she was willing to put her mission on the line, it must be something incredibly important.
それが実はね、お金落としちゃった。
What?
なんだと？
だからね、1975年からずっとリストアップされたものを買って回ってたんだけど、 最後の2010年の段階になって持ってたお金落としちゃってさ。そんで仕方なく、いや参っちゃうよね。
This girl. She's a complete idiot.
あれ、どうしたのオカリンおじさん。もしかしてここまで走ってきたせいで疲れちゃった？
違う、呆れているだけだ。そもそも金がなくなったなら未来へ帰ればいいだろ。
それはそうなんだけどさ、そうしたらさすがに怒られるじゃない？
She deserves more than a scolding for the trouble she's caused.
なんてね。今のも理由の一つではあるんだけど、本当はもう一つ別に大きな理由があってさ。
Another big reason? She could have just said that from the start. Suzuha's expression grows serious. Oh, my bad. There's no two ways about it. Whatever she's about to say, it's a big deal. I unconsciously adjust my posture.
で、その理由とは何だ？
I guess I should consciously adjust mine.
それはね。
Suzuha leans in close and whispers to me. I naturally start whispering too.
それは？
父さんと母さんの出会いをこの目で見てみたかったんだ。
アホか。
We're right back to where we started.
めちゃくちゃ個人的な理由ではないか。
そんな理由で数日間過去にとどまるなんてことが許されるわけがなかろう。
許されるもん。
何？
オカリンおじさんは知らないからそんな風に言えるんだよ。さっきは軽く言っちゃったけど、今私がやってるような仕事に就くのって本当はすっごく大変なんだよ。コネとか運とかそんなのだけでなれる職業じゃないんだよ。だから私たちにはそのご褒美として好きな時代に一定期間だけ滞在することが特例として認められてるの。で、私は子供の頃母親から何度もしつこいくらいに聞かされてた父親とのドラマチックな出会いっていうのを一目見てみたいと思ってここに滞在してたってわけ。
どうにも取ってつけたような話で信じがたいな。
Any normal person would think she was off her rockers after hearing a story like that. Hell, that's what I was thinking up until a few moments ago. But no matter how unbelievable her story is, the simple reality is that there is a time machine right here before my very eyes. I've been carefully looking it over, even touching it. Something like this couldn't be built in a matter of days, not even out of paper mache. Is that how you spell that?
そうは言っても本当なんだからしょうがないじゃん。だいたい事実ってのはそんなものだよ。そりゃ本当ならここでオカリンおじさんをこの子に乗せてどこか別の時代にでも行けばいいんだろうけどさ、さすがにそれはできないし。だから私がオカリンおじさんに言えるのは信じてってお願いすることだけなんだよね。
Suzuha quietly begs me, her hands held together in front of her face.
ねえ、お願い。私のことを信じて。そして私に力を貸して。
ふむ。
ダメ？やっぱり信じてもらえない？
問題はだ。
うんうん。
例えば100歩譲ってお前が未来からやってきたということを信じたとする。
信じてくれるの？だったら協力してくれる？
Suzuha suddenly bends forward towards me. I reflexively pull back. She's just way too excited, like way too easily excited.
いいか、100歩譲ってだ。そこの部分は信じたとしよう。しかし俺にはどうしても信じられんことがある。それは
Daru meeting somebody?
それはお前がダルの娘だということ。
And that's the most ridiculous part about all this, and no matter how hard I rack my brain, that bit seems more unbelievable than even her time travel story.
なんで？確かに見た目はあんまり似てないけど、そんな疑われるようなことかな。
では聞かせてもらうが、お前にも母親がいるのだろう。出会いを見に来たというからには、まさか木の股から生まれてきたというわけではあるまい。
当たり前じゃん。元の時代に戻ったらちゃんと母さんだっているよ。
そこが信じられんのだ。あのダルがだぞ。結婚するなどということがそもそも考えられんことなのだ。
ひどいな。友達でしょ？普通そこまで言う？
I mean, I can never picture myself getting married. And I'm me.
友達だからこそ言うのだ。
True, Daru and I haven't known each other for all that long. But while our time together has been short, I'd like to think that I understand him. Which is why I must repeat myself. Daru got married and had a kid? Impossible.
やはりどう考えても信じられん。そもそもお前の名前からしておかしいじゃないか。ダルの娘ならば、なぜ橋田ではないのだ。
だから本名は橋田だって言ったじゃん。さすがに同じ名字で接触するわけにはいかないでしょ。だから天音は母親の旧姓。
I once again peer at the so-called time machine. No matter how many times I try to piece it all together in my head, it all seems impossible. And that said, there's no reason for her to lie about any of this. She has nothing to gain.
どう？私の話信じてくれる？
そうだな。
We're just going to keep going in circles at this rate, so let's just go with that for now.
やった！よかった！やっと信じてもらえた！
Suzuha stretches out with all her might, as though a huge burden has been lifted from her shoulders. Her slender silhouette stands out against the blue sky. If she was really Daru's daughter, she must mainly take after her mother.
なんかほっとしたらお腹空いちゃったな。ねえ、せっかくだから何か食べに行かない？
おい待て。
何？あ、別におごってくれだなんて言わないから安心してよ。
そうではない。お前何か忘れてはいないか？
何か？なんだろ
う。お前は俺に何か協力して欲しかったんじゃないのか？
She's quite the scatterbrain, as am I.
そうだった。ね、助けて、オカリンおじさん。このままじゃ私。
分かっている。もう大方の想像はついている。要するにダルの目を覚ましてくれと言いたいのだろう。
嘘！なんでわかったの？
I mean, even an idiot like me could piece it together.
そんなもの今までの話を総合すれば大体わかる。
The reason she didn't think Daru could ever fall in love with her is because she's his daughter. But naturally, Daru has no idea that's the case. Suzuha just wanted to show affection to her father, but her actions ended up creating a huge misunderstanding. Yes, so many misunderstandings thrown around left and right. It was a wild time. The one suffering the most here is Suzuha. Having your own flesh and blood father fall in love with you doesn't strike me as something you can just get over. But hell, if that was the only problem here, this would be a cakewalk. Unfortunately, it's not. This whole ordeal might result in her not ever being born at all. Suzuha won't ever truly be able to rest easy until she knows that Daru snaps back to normal. But still,
思うのだが、特に気にする必要はないんじゃないのか？
そんな冷たいこと言わないでさ。
別に冷たいことを言っているのではない。お前が未来に帰ってしまえば全て済む話なのではないか？
if Suzuha went home, she would no longer exist in the present. So no matter how much Daru wanted to see her, it'd be impossible. She wouldn't even be born yet. The only reason he's fallen so hard for Suzuha is because she hugged him. He used to be all about Ferris up until then. Given a little time, I'm certain he'd move on.
まあその場合、両親の馴れ初めを自分の目で見るという目的は達成されなくなってしまうが、背に腹は変えられんだろう。
Actually, wouldn't the optimal path actually be not going forward in time immediately, because then all the changes you made would be into effect, but go back before this fuck up and then go forward? So reverse the changes you created and then head back to the present.
ところが困ったことにそうもいかないんだよね。
Out of fuel?
なぜだ？お前さえ未来に帰れば、いずれダルはお前のことを忘れ、やがて出会うであろう母親と出会い、結婚して子供を設ける。何も問題ないではないか。
それがさ、実はね、うちの父さんと母さんが出会った日と場所っていうのが特殊なところでね。
特殊なところ？
ゴミ間なんだよね。それも2010年夏の。
Kamima in the summer of 2010. That's...
もう1週間もないではないか。
そうなんだよ。だから困ってるんだってば。
This is one hell of a pinch. Even if Suzuha vanished right this moment, Daru would still need more than a few days to get over her. We've all seen how serious about this he is. If we don't tread carefully, it's entirely possible that he'll do more than just miss Kamima as he tries to deal with his broken heart. It'd be one thing if we knew for a fact that Daru would still go to the event, but since we don't, Suzuha can't afford to not be here. No, wait a minute.
何？父さんと母さんを出会わせる何かいいアイデアでも思いついた？
そうではない。ジョン・タイターの話だと、世界はアトラクタフィールドによって成り立っているのではなかったか？
Basically, even if one were to go back in time and do something differently, the world lines would recorrect, and arrive at the same converging point no matter what. In other words, even if Daru and Suzuha's future mother don't meet now, the two will eventually meet, marry, and give birth to her. That's their fate. Problem solved, right?
確かにそうかもしれないけど、それもやっぱり 100% そうなるって確証があるわけじゃないじゃん。そんな確実性のない可能性に自分の生死をかけるのはちょっとさ。
I can understand that. Even a well-established theory about something can't be proven correct until it actually happens in reality. And in this case, being wrong would prove fatal.
ね、そういうことだから、オカリンおじさんには私の父さんと母さんが無事に出会えるよう協力してほしいの。
This is going to be a serious pain, but with Daru's future on the line, I can't just say no. Also,
要はダルの目を覚まさせ、お前の母親とコミまで出会えるように仕向ければいいのだな。
協力してくれるの？
Suzuha is much more careless than I initially thought. I might be able to get her to spill more, or some more, detailed information about the time machine while we work together. I can't let this chance pass me by.
よかろう。親友であるダルとその娘のためだ。この俺の頭脳をお前に貸してやる。本当？本当だ。やった！
She suddenly hugs me.
待て！ただし一つだけ条件がある。
何でも言って。オカリンおじさんが力を貸してくれるなら私何でもするから。
それだ！今すぐそれをやめてもらおう！
それって？
だから俺のことをおじさんと呼ぶその行為だ。
ああ、そっか。もともと私の中ではオカリンおじさんだからついね。ごめん。
それから
まだあるの？一つって言ったじゃん。
そのつもりだったが、たった今もう一つ増えたのだ。
増えた？
今すぐ離れろ。すぐにだ。まったく それが誰の誤解を招いたということがまだ分かってないようだな。
いや面目ない。嬉しくてつい。
Yeah, I gathered. Huh, she might not be as thin as she looks.
それじゃあ改めてよろしくお願いします。オカリンおじゃなくて岡部倫太郎。
よし、分かった。ではこれよりオペレーションシェブンを発動する。
Yeah, don't expect me to try to pronounce that one.
ってなんかよくわかんないけど。
And so began our grand plan to play Cupid for Daru and Suzuha's mother. I never thought the day would come when I'd be playing Cupid for someone. And on top of that,
不覚にも自分に恋してしまった親が本来結ばれるべき相手とうまくいくよう奔走するか。
なにどうしたの？
いや、なんでもない。ただそんな内容の映画があったなと思ってな。
oh yeah? Well, what was the movie? Because I don't freaking know. And we also received mail. We'll hold off on reading that till the next episode. We'll wrap it up here, boys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And we'll get rolling in the next episode, especially now that a lot of the misunderstandings on Okabe's and Suzuha's parts are pretty much out the window. We're good there. Now we just got to deal with Daru. And after that, we should be good. So tune in next time for whatever the hell we're going to do. See you guys then. Take it easy.